What it do, people? It's your boy, Derek, on the mic today. It is Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. We got a loaded show today. It's all NBA because I did Major League Baseball yesterday and NFL yesterday, and also Obi-Wan Kenobi, the new episodes on Disney Plus yesterday. There's also going to be a new one next week for Obi-Wan as well, because obviously episode 3 just came out last night. But before we start, subscribe below and be sure to hit that like button. We only need 893 more subscribers to hit 1,000, It's no big deal. We got this. Make sure you guys show Mark Novakovic some love. Go all the way over to youtube.com and type in Mark Novakovic and click on the Jimmy and Chad podcast. It is hilarious. Seriously, check that out. And make sure you go over to smittyblack.com. The Art of Procrastination is such an extraordinary album. It'll have you getting in your feels, in your groove. Who the hell thinks they are? Texting me at this hour. They know what time it is. Unbelievable. But anyways, check out smittyblack.com. He's also on Apple Music. He's also on Spotify. Extraordinary music. The Art of Procrastination. Listen to it. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce this man. He goes by Bo D, Christopher, Chris. I couldn't think of any other names, but Debo. How you doing,
bro?
bro?
You did not just call me Christopher. I'm good, bro. How are you?
Just enjoying life, man, and just working. I'm about to go to Mexico in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I get to house sit for you.
Yeah,
it's gonna be litty.
Awesome. You're gonna have to deal with Leia for a whole week,
bro. I know. I don't care. I like dogs, so it'll be fun.
Yeah. We can also mess with the not mess, but play with my guinea pig. It'll be in the cage and shit like that. Take it out, put it in a little
bit. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta grab them, because sometimes he'll look at you and you're trying to pick him up. And you're like,
bro, I'll be real. I probably won't even.
Boom! Put him right in the thing, and then just take him everywhere.
I don't know if I'm about taking him out.
Oh, don't be a pussy.
We'll see.
All right. Well, we had a good show going on today. So before we start, I know we have. We'll get to the Heat later. Let's talk the Warriors. So they obviously beat the Mavericks, and the Warriors are playing in their their sixth championship in 8 years. Sixth championship in the last 8 years. Okay. Also, I didn't know that. What? I don't know why I did that. Hold on. I changed something, but I didn't want to change it. God damn it.
Good old technical difficulties.
There we go. Stephen Curry was awarded the WCF MVP trophy. That's the brand new one they had. The Western Conference Finals MVP trophy. He added that to his resume. So my question for you, Chris, is Stephen Curry going to win his first Finals MVP to add to his legacy in this new game, in this new playoffs?
I hope not. Honestly, dude, I want the Warriors to lose. I don't even like the Celtics, but I don't like either of them. This is like the matchup that I just did not want. But so I'm gonna go for Boston though, just because I'm sick of the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in the finals 6 of the last 8 years. It's kind of annoying.
Dynasty just keeps going.
So, yeah, I hope Boston wins. But if the Warriors win, which they probably will, hate to say it, yeah, he'll probably get it.
And then I want the Warriors to win now because Boston is in it, and obviously I hate Boston. But I like Jason Tatum. I like Jaylen Brown. I like Al Horford.
That's Williams, bro. He's so old too. That's why I want to see him get one.
This is his first one. He actually went to the floor, he was
crying, emotion.
Overcome with the emotion. Yeah, just because he's played so many games in the playoffs and just never made it. So many finals games or Western Conference Finals games. Yeah, but not Western Conference Conference Finals games in general. But now he's in the big dance. He actually gets to compete and and put it all out there. But
Celtics really have a chance, bro. Like they're really good defensively.
I
we'll see.
I already told you how I felt. Like I said, whoever faces the Warriors, I feel like the Warriors and the Warriors were just walking. I feel like they didn't face any really good opponents. So I feel like they're going to have really tough matchups against Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat because both of those teams have really good defenses. Obviously, the Celtics have the best defense in the league, and they can score at any time. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. It's just like hit or miss. But I mean, they've been balling out. At least Jason Tatum. And you got Stephen Curry and them on the other side. I mean, they are. Offensively, they're killers, but they're not. They're not in the top 5 in defense. So
that's what I feel like. I don't know. They just have so much chemistry, bro. It's just like the Warriors, man. Like they just open looks, this, that, read each other's minds. It's fucking crazy, man. I don't know. Warriors are just.
They're just amazing. Like I don't know. I can't explain it. And the crazy thing is
they're with shooters,
and they're back to the playoffs in the finals with a whole different core. Like they still, I'm not core, different, team around their core. Like their core is
like their
Green,
bench,
Klay Thompson, and
all
of course
switched up.
Curry. But now they got Looney. Wiggins is on there. I mean, everyone was talking about Andrew Wiggins being a bust because he was drafted first overall. He came over to Golden State. Looks like Steve Kerr figured him out, or at least gave him an opportunity to flourish. And he's been doing quite exceptional over there, man. Especially defensively, man. Like that's what the part that really surprises me is like he's doing really good defensively too. And then they got who was that? Otto Porter Jr. I've never been a fan of him because I always felt like he was trash. He's been doing pretty decent, and he's actually played a lot of minutes. He's been
Harry Kane's coming back too. I think I read.
Is he?
So I thought I read that.
They're gonna get even better, dude.
Yeah. So and he's pretty good off the bench. Bro, he's pretty good. So I mean, I don't know, man. I think the Warriors are gonna win it, unfortunately, but I want to. We'll see. They say defense wins championships. We'll see.
That's true. I mean, the Warriors are favored in sports books right now, and Stephen Curry is a favorite to win the Finals MVP.
So if it goes to 7, Warriors got home.
Yeah, and they're undefeated at home too.
Yeah, that too.
I saw a stat earlier today. There's no team in the playoffs that have won more than 10 games at home, like gone undefeated to win 10 at home. There's only like a few select teams that have done just 10 at least. Warriors right now are at 9, so they need one more to be tied and get 10. But the 1996 Bulls was one. I think I don't know what year it was, but the Celtics were also another team. And there's like 2 other
Lakers or whatever when they only lost 1 game in the playoffs.
Matter of fact, I could probably pull it up right now.
They lost 1 game in the playoffs. I don't know if it was at home though. I don't remember, but it was in the finals actually. It was actually in the finals to Allen Iverson.
Could have been.
They lost the whole playoffs. They swept everybody.
NBA. Where the fuck? There it is. Okay.
Man, dude.
Deep stats. So this was from NBA.com. This is what I was reading earlier. Where is the undefeated part? Okay, so here are the teams that have done it. 1977 Blazers, 1980. I knew it was going to say 86. 1986 Celtics, and you're right, the 1987 Lakers, and then 1996 Bulls.
1987 Lakers?
1987 Lakers.
Oh, I'm talking like 2000s, bro, with Kobe and Shaq.
This is 1987 when they had probably Magic Johnson on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that. It's crazy right now. It's like right now they're 9-0 at home. They have a chance because they're technically going to have 4 games at home. So 2, then 2, then 3. Yeah, they'll have 4. They have a chance to go 13-0 at home.
Don't lose 1 game at all in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Well, I mean, they'd still lose a game, but I'm talking about 13-0 at home. But yeah, but never lose a game at all.
Don't lose a game at home in the playoffs.
Yeah, that'd be insane. 13-0. I mean, that'd be a record. Even if they get to 11th, if they get to 11, that's a record. So
I honestly think the only way Celtics have a chance in this series is they gotta steal one within the first 2 games. They cannot go down 2-0.
I agree.
They can't. They just can't go down 2-0. They got to steal at least one, whether it's the first game or the second game. But they got to steal one of those games, and they got to go to their court at a 1-1 series.
And I also feel like there's gonna be some buzzer beaters in this one too. I feel like this is gonna be completely different,
bro. Honestly,
because like a lot of the things we've seen on the Eastern Conference side is like a lot of blowouts, and all of a sudden teams are coming back. And then it gets kind of close in the fourth quarter. I don't feel like we're gonna see a lot of that in this series. I feel like it's gonna be a battle. I feel like the most any of these teams might be up, maybe 10, and that's just like getting lucky because maybe starters are on the bench or something like that. But
lower scoring games, bro, like low hundreds, like 80 to hundreds type shit.
Who do you think is going to be guarding Jason Tatum? Do you think it's going to be Draymond Green? Do you think Wiggins has got it? Wiggins, yeah.
I feel like Draymond Green's not fast enough.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he could still do it, but he's not as athletic as what he used to be.
Probably keep him close to like the in case someone tries to drive or like do some shit. Draymond will be there, but I don't know. Wiggins ain't much of a shooter though, anyway. So I feel like they're just
Yeah. I feel. Go ahead.
I mean, why even? You don't need someone great defending Wiggins. He try all that, and I'm sure they'll have help D. So.
Yeah, I mean, Draymond Green, even if he gets fouled out, at least you have someone else you can step in and try and guard him. But I mean, that guy's an exceptional player. As much as I hate Boston, I don't hate the players that are on the team. I love every single player that's on that team. They're all great and very amazing. Some crazy shit though. Lowry. Okay, this is game 6. So we're gonna go back to game 6 because we didn't get a chance to talk about it on our last show because it was obviously after the fact. But Lowry was dropping some F-bombs during his take on Jimmy Butler's performance in game 6. Boy dropped 47 points, and some of the reporters were like, "Yo, how do you feel about Jimmy Butler's performance?" And he was like, "Dude, it was fucking amazing." He's like, "Oh, it's my bad. He's like, "Don't find me, bro. Don't find me." And Jimmy Butler was like, "Nah, find him, bro. You guys all find me all the time, bro. You better find him too." I don't know if he got fined or not, but
I don't blame him for saying that. I mean, both. I mean, Jimmy did have a good game, but I don't blame Jimmy for saying find him too, because what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, they're always finding him, bro. Anytime he does something like that, they're like 20 grand, 40 grand, 100 grand.
Yeah, no, find him. He can afford it. But it's 10 grand ain't nothing, bro.
And before that game, PJ Tucker apparently came out and said, let me remove this off the screen. He told Jimmy Butler before the game, "Yo, we need 50 tonight." He looked at us and didn't say a word and just nodded his head. I was like, "Oh yeah, he about to play," and he did.
Yo, that's so funny because I can just picture it. It was like,
and that was game 6.
Just a little head nod.
Also, I think Dwayne Wade talked to Jimmy Butler before game 6. He was also talking smack on Twitter. This is what he was doing on Twitter. So first, he posted this stat. He said, "Make room at King James at Jimmy Butler has entered the room." It's a crazy stat. That means the most points when facing elimination in Heat postseason history, Jimmy Butler with 47. Right behind him is Dwayne Wade at 46 and LeBron James at 45 points. Thought that was a pretty cool stat. But he was also talking even more smack. Matter of fact, after game 6, he posted this to Paul Pierce. He said, "What it do, bro?"
Bro, I love it, dude, because I can't stand Paul Pierce.
I don't like him either, bro, because he's from Boston.
He's just an idiot, man.
But
do so much bullshit. So I love that, bro. That's so funny.
The shit talk. I always love the shit talk. You know me, man. Oh, yeah. I love a good drama,
especially when it's to Paul Pierce. Can't stand his ass. That's so funny.
And there was also another thing: most points when facing elimination. Blah 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 blah. But in game 7,
Butler killed it.
I mean, he did. He did kill it in Game 6. He really did. He put out and balled out. I just don't think it was enough. I think maybe he needs more from his team, and that was one thing I was noticing in Game 7. Obviously, him and Bam balled out, but they didn't get any production from the other players in his team. And like you thought, I mean, Tyler Hero, he was sixth man of the year, but he didn't step up. He didn't do much. Max Strus, like I don't know, man. I just feel like that team just needs to get a little bit better, and they need to actually come through and play when it's time. When it's crunch time, you got to be clutch. You need that one person that can make that three. You can't rely off your two best players out on your team. I mean, everybody else needs to contribute. But Game 7, Boston was like, oh hell no. Jimmy Butler had 47. They think that they're going to win Game 7. Now, I believe the Boston Celtics went down for a little bit, but they came storming back. And Jason Tatum texted Kobe the day of Game 7. He said, yo, I got you today, son. He was also seen wearing a Kobe armband. And I was like, oh, man. Oh, man.
Kobe
like, oh, no, you can't do this, guys. No. He's got
cheating.
the armband.
That's like a cheat code, bro.
Literally, he just would put R equals LXM plus B R2 plus 1 X squared triangle circle. Boom, armband came on there.
All the players now on tomorrow.
Kobe was inserted.
Text Kobe and everyone's gonna be wearing an armband.
Dead ass, bro.
Like what the?
This is hell, bro. I saw that. I was like, damn.
That's crazy.
And he did snap. Honestly, bro. He went off. Let's see. One thing that before I continue, I don't know if you saw the game, but the Heat got a 3 taken off the board in Game 7. But it was like 20 minutes later.
I did see that. That was sketchy. But they did lose by 4 still. But I mean, you still never know. I mean, like how they handled like time management and all that type of stuff. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, man. The officiating, we talked about this on the show before. It needs to be more consistent. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it just needs to be more consistent. Like, it can't be
quicker. Like, I mean, think about it. Usually, if something happens like that, we're okay with it. I mean, obviously, he was out of bounds. So I'm not arguing the fact that he was, out of bounds and he stepped on it, but it just the fact that it happened, that the ref was an idiot, called it anyways. And then usually in most circumstances, when whoever it is that reviews that stuff finds it out, it's within like a 5-minute period or even less. And then they just take it off. But this happened like 20 minutes later. It's like 20 minutes going the game. I see 3 get taken off. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell?
Like, oh, wait, hold up.
I'm just like,
crazy, bro.
What? Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Won't notice.
Like literally, and I was like, oh, and then I think the announcer said something too, like, oh, they had to bring it back, whatever, because he stepped on the line. Then they kind of reviewed it again or something like that. But like, no, man, so like, can't be doing that.
20 minutes. We finally found out what happened, so we're just gonna take that off the board.
And imagine like you're a Heats player and you're balling out right now. Now you're within 3 or you're within 2 for that team, and all of a sudden, nope, now you're with 5. You're
like I said, that I mean they lost by 4, but still, like the time management thing, like you never know how things could have played out. Like
they could have done so many different things, like so much at play. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I just don't feel like they should have taken it off so late into the game, like later on. They should have done it immediately.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a missed call, it is what it is, bro. Like, I mean, at that point, it's already 20 minutes later. It looks even stupider than you taking it off, honestly. You should have just let it.
Amen. And we have all this technology in the world. I mean, like the Super Cs and all this stuff. Like, how the hell can you, like, why does it take you 20 minutes? Like, you guys have these review or play systems for a reason.
It's just crazy, bro.
I thought that was baffling. But moving on from that, go ahead.
The typical officiating, bro.
100%. The worst. It's NFL. It's terrible. NBA. It's terrible. It's terrible. MLB.
Bro, honestly though, NFL's so bad lately.
Yeah, every league it's bad. I don't get it. I feel like they're like, hey, you know what?
Who training these people?
I haven't had any shitty calls lately. I think I'm gonna do 3 of them today. It's like
we're Well, it's just so inconsistent, man. Like I'll see PIs called, and then you see someone clothesline someone, and then it's just like, oh yeah, it was, bruh. Like when they
And they
never,
wonder why they're getting replaced.
like, it's so sad.
Major League Baseball's wondering why there's like robot umpires and like the AA and AAA. It's because of those stupid reasons. You know, NBA, it's going to be like that eventually if you guys keep doing this shit. We need that human element.
I'll bet you. I'll give it some time, bro. There'll be some type of like AI crazy system that like.
You know what it reminds me of? Do you remember? I think it was 3 or 4 years ago when the Warriors were in the playoffs. And I want to say that it was Stephen Curry. He is clearly out of bounds, stepped out of bounds, and threw the ball back in. And they let it happen. I think they ended up getting like a 2 or 3 on that play. And they never took that one off. Like that was never removed. And they won that game. It popped up on my timeline the other day.
Well, then ask yourself this: what was the spread of the game? Did Vegas need someone to win? Like I don't know.
You gotta pay attention to this shit. That's true.
What was the spread of the game?
There's a lot of money on the line when Vegas don't want to lose.
Like find out who the money was on, and then I bet you, I almost guarantee you it favored Vegas. I'd almost guarantee it.
It's just like, hey man, well they're pretty close right now. We don't like that. Can you remove that 3 from earlier? Step that on the line.
20 minutes ago, right now.
I know it was 20 minutes ago, but I need this, man. Otherwise, we're gonna have to pay millions of dollars out. We can't have this. We'll throw you an extra 20 grand for doing it.
Surprise me, bro. Honestly,
it wouldn't surprise me either.
Too many weird endings with like when there's a lot of money on games. So I mean, yeah, check the spread, bro, and then see who the money was on. And
I should check that out. So also, Boston returns to the finals for the first time since 2010. The last time I believe they won was 2008 with Paul Pierce winning the MVP finals. Miami almost came back and won in the fourth quarter. I think they were down by 10 with like 4 minutes left, and I was just like, oh. But then they came within 4. I think they came within 2, honestly, but they gave up an and 1, I believe, or something like that. But they're headed to the Eastern Conference Finals. Jason Tatum won the first ever Larry Bird Trophy as the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He averaged 25 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 5.6 assists per game in this series. Pretty exceptional.
Yeah, definitely also, the best player on their team for that series for sure.
Put him on his back, and I think he's also the youngest to make it to the finals, I believe, make it to the finals. By 1 year, I think Kobe was younger, but everybody else, like, he beat them. He's like the youngest player to make it to the finals. So I thought that was pretty cool too. Game 7 was Al Horford's 141st career playoff game. Out of those 141 playoff games, those are the most by any player in NBA history without a trip to the finals. I believe his buddy Paul Pierce is actually the one who is second, I want to say, second or third, one of the two. But that's a lot of games. He played 141 games, and then finally he's in the chip.
That explains why he was so emotional after they won. He's like, that's hard, man. Dude's been playing for a while, bro, and not be in the finals, but have that many playoff games played. Like, damn, that sucks.
And it goes to show you how tough it is to actually make it to the finals.
It's not easy, bro. Especially nowadays, man. So many good teams, man. Good teams, good talent everywhere.
And he's bounced around too. I mean, he was on Boston, I believe, originally, and then he left, went somewhere else. It wasn't a good fit for him
for a while.
I think it was
played for.
Let me check out.
I know he played for Hawks for a little grip.
Let me see.
I'm trying to think who else. Did he play for the? I don't know why I feel like the Nuggets or the Jazz, but I might be thinking of Paul Millsap.
Hear me, just do this.
I for sure know he played for the Hawks, though.
All right, Al Horford, checking Wikipedia right quick. So he has played. He started with the Hawks, 2007 to 2016. Man, man is old. 2016 to 2019, he was with Boston. He went to the 76ers. He didn't do too well. Then he went to Oklahoma City Thunder. Again, didn't do too well. And then now he's back on the Boston Celtics again. And I believe when he was thriving was when he was on Boston. He's also thriving. No, I think it's just been Boston.
He did good on the
No,
Hawks.
I mean, he did get some. He did get some All Stars on the Hawks team. Like, so I'm not like saying that he was terrible in the Hawks, but I meant like after he left Boston, he hasn't done like good. He hasn't been good fits anywhere. So he came back, and now he's been a solid fit and really producing.
Late career rejuvenation, real quick. Real quick.
The last time he did something great was 2018. He was on the NBA All Defensive team, and that was when he was on the Celtics. He was on the NBA All Rookies team 2008. I mean, he's just an exceptional player. All NBA third team, and that was in 2011. Again, that was with the Hawks. He's an NBA All Star in 2010 and 11 with the Hawks, and 15. 2016, he was in 18 with the Boston Celtics. He won 2 All Stars as well. So it's just like, yeah, I'm glad to see him back.
A very exceptional player.
And I mean, honestly, like, if the Celtics win, I won't be as mad. I know I hate Boston. I think it's just because, honestly, there was a point in time where the Mavericks, the Spurs, like I constantly seen them in the playoffs all the time, whether they were into the championship or not. Just like seeing them all the time.
If that's why you hate the Boston, what about the Warriors?
I know, but see, it gets against the Bulls side. So the Bulls were always going against these bastards, not the Spurs, but the against Boston, and Boston was always beating our ass, I believe, and we never got past them and whatnot. So that, you start to hate them. You know what I mean? It's like, stop being so fucking good, bro.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm going for them. Screw the Warriors.
But I mean, if they win, I won't be too upset because like I said, I like Al Horford. He deserves to win, man. I like Jason Tatum. I like Jaylen Brown, and I like Robert Williams. So like, I won't be mad if they win one. The reason why I want the Warriors to win is because they need to put more respect on Curry's name, on whether he might be one of the greatest players of all time. Like, no one ever everyone's always talking about LeBron James, but this man's got 3 rings. He's about to tie LeBron James with 4.
Curry,
and he's been there 6 out of 8. So that means 4 out of 6 championships he would have won.
Is the best shooter of all time.
Period.
People won't argue that.
But people argue if he's the greatest player of all time. I mean, whenever we talk about the greatest player of all time, we're always talking LeBron James and Michael Jordan. But I feel like Curry needs to be put in that conversation too. But we won't know until he does what he does in here, because obviously I mean, he's never going to be one of the great. He's never going to be the greatest player of all time, but he'll be one of the greatest players of all time. He just needs to win a Finals MVP. That'll be the first thing. And number 2, he needs to win more championships. I mean, what if they go again? I mean, their team is still pretty good. They ain't losing anybody.
He's already got 3.
6 out of 8. They have Looney on the team, Wiggins, Draymond Green still on the team, Klay Thompson. I mean, what if they run it back again 2 more times? And now he's got 6 rings in the last 8 years.
Then what?
Better than LeBron? Is he better than LeBron?
If he can win 6 rings, maybe, bro. But I don't know. All around, no, bro. I don't think anyone can debate that. All around, like,
best all around player, him and Michael Jordan. Because back then, 3 points weren't a thing. Michael Jordan was trying to get better at everything. He wanted to be the best player. If it was all about stats, I guarantee you he would have. We're
not doing this.
Stats.
Is that a topic?
We're not doing this, bro. We're not doing this.
I see the topic.
Speaking of him, though, LeBron James did stop by his I Promise school in Akron. I feel like that's pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, I saw the video.
Isn't that pretty cool? Like, imagine you get to meet LeBron James. You're going to a school. It's not every time you get to
LeBron's a good dude, bro. off the court. Like he does a lot for the communities and stuff.
Only player I know that opened up a school.
Yeah, he does a lot, bro. That's another reason like I respect him a lot.
Same.
So
I mean, I think that's when like I started paying attention to LeBron, like and stopped hating him so much. I'm like, damn, this dude bought a fucking school. Like
he cry a lot though on the
he
court.
flops. He used to flop a lot. That was another reason why I hated him. He bitches
He
a
still
lot.
does. I'm not gonna lie.
He'd talk about how he was the greatest player in the world at one point in time, and I'm like, I mean, arguably he might have been, but
I feel like that was when he was younger though, and probably a little more arrogant because he don't even do that no more. I feel like as he's gotten
he
older, he's kind of
matured.
matured. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that was some of the reasons why I hated him, though. It's like, dude, you don't have to, like when you're the greatest, people talk about you. You don't tell people you're the greatest. You know, people just tell you. They're like, hey, man, you're the greatest, and you're always like, got to be humble. I'm like, no, I'm not, man. You know, this person is. You know, you play it off. You know, he's like, nope, you're damn straight. I'm the goddamn best there is, best athlete in the country, and actually make
And
that.
he was saying that shit when he was like 22, 23 years old too, bro. That's what's crazy.
And we were talking about him before he even entered the NBA, man. I think we were talking about him since high school.
Yeah, because he straight skipped college.
Mm-hmm. And then not only that, then now you have Zion? Is it Zion or Zion? Zion.
Talking
Yeah.
about his
Zion Williams now. Everyone's talking about how great he is. Is he the next LeBron? No.
hell no.
He can't even stay healthy, bro. Can't even stay
Hell
on the court.
no. He cannot stay healthy.
But speaking of that, he is back.
I saw him.
He's officially back for the Pelicans. I thought that was pretty cool. So
But I don't know why. I feel like he's not going to be there much longer.
and the Pelicans, I mean, crap.
He don't seem happy.
I hope he stays with them. I mean, the Pelicans need to win a championship, bro. I have never won one before. I'm a big fan of teams that have never won a championship before. I will always root for them unless my Bulls are on the line. Bulls won't take it. Probably not.
What if it's football? Like you root for the Jags?
Football,
Would you root for the Jags if they
I root for every single team that is not in my division. Fuck the Jaguars. They can eat my ass.
I'm saying, what if it's a Super Bowl and they're in it?
If Super Bowl's in it, I'll root for the Jags. If they're in it.
Okay,
It depends on who's going against them.
I'm not saying like obviously you're gonna root for them even if they're not playing your team because you need them to lose, right?
Oh no, even in the playoffs. If they're in the playoffs, I'm rooting against them. But if they're in the championship, like in the actual Super Bowl, I'll root for the Titans, I'll root for the Texans, and I'll root for the Jags. Just because they've never won one before. But it depends on who they're against. Because if they're against somebody on the other side that has never won one before, I'm gonna go with the other team.
Word. Was just curious.
Yeah, but Patriots, I'm probably never going to root for them ever, man. I'm sorry. Doesn't matter what it is.
Who's your second most hated team?
Texans.
What about in the NFC?
NFC. Who I don't really hate anyone in the NFC.
Honestly.
Damn,
I was gonna say if it was like Patriots and versus so and so, who would you pick?
Cowboys fans are kind of annoying, to be honest with you.
Patriots versus the Cowboys. Who would you go for?
Yeah, I mean, I like all teams. Like, I hate the Houston Texans. I hate the Tennessee Titans. Obviously, I hate the Jaguars. Like my two top teams that I hate the most: Patriots, Houston, and Jacksonville.
Not even the Titans, man.
Not even the Titans. They'd be like four. Honestly, I don't hate anyone in the NFC at all.
Interesting.
I actually feel bad for some teams like Detroit.
I was just curious to see how your take is on like.
When it comes to the NBA, though, I'm gonna root for everyone except for Boston. Fucking bastard. In Detroit. Fuck Detroit.
It's a beef with Detroit, man. Oh, is it because back in the day with the Bulls?
The big bad Bulls.
Bad boy Pistons or whatever the fuck they call.
Yeah, I'm always gonna be a Pistons hater, bro.
I was too little back then, so.
So was I. I still hate them though.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what it was. I've gone back and watched those games, and then like it made me hate them more because even seeing them, you're like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, you know, me growing up, I was never a Colts fan immediately. I was a Bears fan as a kid because my dad was pushing it on me, and I realized how terrible that they were, and I was like, you know what? I
You're
need.
like, I'm switching up before it's too late.
So I went with a team that was winning, but not winning like in the playoffs a lot. Like I just wanted to choose a team that wins a lot, but wasn't like a what do you call it? Like the Cowboy. I didn't want to pick the Cowboys. The Patriots were winning a lot, so I didn't want to pick the Patriots. So actually, I don't even think they were winning a lot. Yeah, they might have been. I can't remember. I was a little young. No, I don't think they were winning. It wasn't even the Patriots. I didn't have the Patriots in my map yet, but it was the Colts is who I picked. But I think at the time, it might have been the Rams or something like that at the time. And then the Cowboys were talked a lot. Yeah. Those ones, like I didn't want to root for those guys.
Oh man.
And I wanted someone close too. I was like, we're in Indiana. I'll root for an Indiana team. But also, I know I was born in Toledo, Ohio, so I almost went for the Cincinnati Bengals. That was almost my team.
That would have been another mistake.
Heartbreak for 5 years.
You'd have been heartbroken.
Every single time we go to the playoffs.
You'd have been so hyped last year, like then to lose. So heartbroken, like I waited all this time.
Dead ass. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm glad I picked the right team. Colts at least won a Super Bowl and been at 2 of them.
Peyton Manning did. But yeah,
more.
So
right,
I'm gonna before we end the show.
You said
what's your prediction on the series? What do you think?
I'm gonna say there's gonna be 7 games. Warriors take it.
So you think
I'm gonna say the first game, Warriors win. Second game, Boston wins. Third game, Warriors win. And it's just going to keep going back and forth. I think that it's going to come down to them trying to win one at home. And I think that they're going to end their streak at 10-0, 10-0. I don't think they're going to beat the record and get 11-0. I would like them to, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it because Boston's just really good. But I feel like Warriors have been rested. Actually, I could see this. Because they've been rested, I could see them running both in a row, 2 in a row, and getting that record because you know how the NBA is like records, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
blah, stuff. It's probably like
they're meant to be broken, bro. So yeah, I could see
2-0, and then 2-2, and then it goes back to them.
Then they flip flop, boom, 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 and Warriors get the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Game 7.
For me, I think it's Warriors win in 6.
In 6, I can see that too. Going 2-0.
I just feel like there's too much. We'll see, though. They say defense wins championships, so we'll see.
They say, but I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I was just curious. Just wanted to see what you thought.
Maybe in football, but I don't know about in basketball. Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see.
If you have a good offense, too, I mean, they do, though.
Yeah, I just feel like Warriors offense too much, bro.
They're good on both sides of the ball. It's going to be a really good series. I can't wait to watch it. But again, yeah, I appreciate you being on the show, man. Everybody, don't forget, subscribe below.
Yeah, go subscribe. Help us blow up.
Like button. We only need 893 more subscribers. No big deal. We got this.
We got this, bro. We're getting there. It's a grind, man. Like what does Joel Embiid say? It's a process.
It really is. It's a process.
But yeah, I'll see you next week, bro.
All right, broski. Later, man. All right. Again, guys, don't forget, subscribe below. Be sure to hit that like button. Appreciate everybody listening today. Very short show, 38 minutes. And yeah, thank you guys.